Everyone has a life story to tell, but an incredible life story is shared and told differently.
Welcome to yet another edition of Incredible Life Stories with Simon Kasyate. Incredible life stories, as I keep telling you, are those stories that you just don't want to blink lest you miss. Tonight on the program, we have one such story. A story of, allow me to call him, a young man, but whose story is not the typical grass to grace, but something about grace, grass, and now up the road of grace. A man that had it all, lost it all, is finding his purpose to gain it all, perhaps even more than what he had before. But guess what? In losing it was not just his earnings, his self, but also his talent. In gaining back everything, he's harnessing himself, his networks, his talent, and of course keeping close those that he considers to be the love of his life. Welcome to the program, Bright Ntakky Arenaitwe.
Yeah, thank you, Simon.
And for purposes of clarity, we are not in a shrine. I mean, he's dressed like a sangoma with an ostrich feather on his head. I think something that looks like a sign of the pendant of his wooden necklace. I expected something like, you know, leopard claws somewhere and all that. But we are in his workspace, his space of tranquility, his space of creation. Tell us just about you in a few sentences.
Yeah, thank you, Simon. Like you said, I am Bright Ntakky, but now AKA Master Ntakky.
Oh yes, you have actually done a rebrand.
Yeah.
So you're now Master Ntakky, and you'll be telling us on the program why the change.
Yes. Yeah, so born and raised in Kavale, and moved to Kampala, never to go back to the village.
You're the kind that say you can only go back to your village in a hearse.
Yeah.
Why do you have this much desire never to go back to your credo? Yet I thought you come here for opportunity and then go back to uplift your credo.
I somehow dread the village. I grew up in the village and it was not a good experience.
Tell us.
Kavale is a beautiful space. Yeah, we grew up in the village. We went to the hills
to dig
graze
ground,
cattle and
tend to goats, plant Irish potatoes.
It was beautiful. We had an extended family, big extended family. So we tell stories by the fireplace in the evening, which is what I want to do at my show that I'll talk about. So it was a beautiful experience. Go to the garden, the girls go to fetch water, the boys go to fetch firewood. And then we come back together, we eat a nice fresh meal, then tell stories.
Let's break down the details of the meal. So we're talking about unpeeled Irish potatoes,
Irish
roasted maize.
Yeah, and then fresh peas.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it was beautiful, and cooked in pots.
Oh, not even
boiled,
in sauce.
Yeah,
boiled in pots.
Yeah.
So you never had things like frying?
Nothing. Nothing. Yeah,
everything.
It was fresh and natural. And then I lost all those people.
Oh dear.
I lost my parents, I lost my grandparents, I lost my uncles, I lost my aunties. We all got scattered as children. Now, the place where we had that extended home is now a village path. So that's why I can't go back.
Losing all these people was through what? A genocide, a landslide? Like it seemed like they all just died in one mass.
They just kept dying, yeah. They just kept dying. And then, because I was very young, what I hear is that there was... so there were two brothers who had been given a hill each, and then the other brother just didn't feel fulfilled, so he had to malice this other one. I hear poisoned him. Then when our grandfather died now, everything fell apart. So people scattered and then people died. My mom was the last to die. I have an uncle who I think got mental because of the losses of all his relatives, and now he's in Luwero, and he's taken to drinking. Yeah, so I'm a survivor of that space, and I always tell my friends when I came to Kampala, I came on a bus engine. I didn't have 15K to pay.
You didn't even afford a stool
Yeah.
in a bus
In a
corridor,
bus,
as one musician
Yeah.
normally likes to say how he went to Nairobi and started living.
Yeah.
You sat on the kameme.
And the Kameme, and it's hot from Kawale to Kampala.
That's 8 hours of grilling on the backside.
Yeah. And you know, people have what to eat, you don't have what to eat. When I arrived, we arrived at about 7. And these guys kept asking me, where is the money? And I would tell them, my father is going to pay. Where is your father? And I would tell them, God. God, I meant God, but I would say God. And so when we reached, my father wasn't showing up yet. They took me to the police station in Achivugo. They told them, until this boy pays, let him not leave. I stayed there until like 11 p.m. The policeman looked at me and said, man, go home. I didn't have home to go.
And where was this so-called God? It was just a figure
God.
in your mind.
It was God. So I said it as God, so they think it's God, the name. But I meant God. I knew God would show up. Yeah.
How old were you?
At that time, I was in S6 back. So that was 2005. I was about 18.
Take us back, Bright.
Yeah.
You, in the midst of all that,
Yeah.
had an opportunity to an education. Which primary schools did you go to?
Yeah, so my education was also miraculous. That's why I keep referring to God. Because when I was born, 3 years later, my dad died. He was the bread earner.
How many siblings do you have?
We were like 30.
Of your same dad?
No, the same dad, yes.
30.
Same mom, 3. Same dad, many. Some I don't even know up to today.
Wow.
Many. Yeah, and I was the last born.
Yeah, because clearly after he dies when you were 3,
Yeah.
he could, that's what you think you were the
that's
last
what I
with your
think,
mother.
Yeah. So being the last born, my mom was a midwife. She didn't have money, so she sent us to the village.
From Kabale town.
To the village. We walked to the village at the age of 3. We didn't have 500 shillings to get us to the village on a pickup. We walked.
With your elder siblings?
My grandfather was still alive, so he came to Kabale town and picked us. We walked. He bought me lokolo. You can interpret it for the people. It was a donut, a big donut of 50 shillings. That's what I ate on the way. So we went to the village. I stayed there. I was very brilliant. They had to bring me back to town. When I came to town, I was on bursary until university.
What? So which school did you start?
Chigeza High School Primary, Chigeza High School, and then Seroma, then University, Chambogo.
So, you finished your high school,
Yeah.
but you go to school in Chigezi Primary, Chigezi High, then Chigezi, but then holidays you go back to the village.
Yeah.
That's when you started
Holidays
enjoying.
I would stay at school
What were you doing at school in holidays?
because I didn't have home to go to. When mom died in S2, S1 going to S2, there was no one to go to. So I would sometimes go with my friends in the holidays to stay at their homes, or I would stay at school and eat school food in the holidays. You know,
Commune with the workers, the
Yeah,
little skeleton
yeah.
stuff that would stay
Yeah.
there.
And I would be in the dormitory alone in the holidays, so you know what it felt like.
But Bright, that's the part where adolescents, young men, trying to look around for a purpose in life,
Yeah.
get into things like alcohol consumption to feel good. And I'm sure cheap and potent
Yeah.
waraji is not lost in Kabad.
Yeah.
How come you didn't go that direction?
I did because when I was 3 years old, when my father died, my mom would bear me with her to work. And she would leave me with a neighbor who was an artist called Absalom Sembabazi. So for him to keep me from crying
Meandering
and
around and all.
he would give me pencil and paper. And that is how I birthed my desire and love for art.
Just for you who's watching us to understand why we have this white canvas right before us, Bright is a visual artist, he's an illustrator, he's a poet, he's everything in the creative world. And so for purposes of our conversations today, we agree that while we are having him share with us his incredible life story, he will also take a moment to sketch and draw what he's seeing, which means me, not you, and my cameraman Josh on the other side. So maybe the party should begin as we talk, you
As we
converse.
talk, yeah.
But then
Yeah.
I noticed there's a little bird.
Yeah, so this is my pet. He's Michael, and Michael is Angel Michael, so he watches over me.
Wow.
I
But it's a
don't-
wooden
I
pet.
don't have a living pet because I wouldn't keep a living pet.
Because of what is involved in
Yeah,
taking care.
I move, yeah, so I love him. He stays here, and he's a parrot because he informs me of what is happening.
Wow.
Oh, I assume so. Yeah.
You have so much going on in your mind.
Yeah, so
Did your parents ever tell you why they called you Arenator, which, by the way, means God is with us?
God is with us. Yeah, they never did tell me, but I got to love the name.
And that's why you counted on God being with you at the time you
Yeah.
took that bus trip without any money.
Without anyone. But also, back to the other place of 3 years, yeah? So that gentleman had a church. And he would take
Absalom.
me, yeah, on Sundays he would take me to Sunday school. So at the age of 4, I first gave my life to Christ.
You're kidding.
At the age of 4.
Did you know what you were doing?
No, but I used, we used to draw in Sunday school, and I was the best in drawing. So, I was at the forefront of things. Now I continued in church, so it's been church all the way, until a certain point where it became a bit difficult. Maybe we shall get there. Yeah, but it's been God all the way, and I can say my story without God is nothing. It's nothing. I have so many turning points, 1,001 escapes from death. And the Bible says to him belong all escapes from death.
Wow.
Yeah.
And feel like you're alive now, tell this incredible life. So let's get back to the
Yeah.
story. So, Ntakky. Where did you get the Ntakky name? Because now I'm also trying to understand how you are named. Bright, I can understand. You said you were the brightest kid in the room. You were the sharpest tool in the toolbox, and all. So the Ntakky comes from where?
So Ntakky comes from my father. My father was Ntakarimazi.
So you are.
When we got to Form 4, I knew were bright. So when we get to Form 4, they tell us we can add a third name.
Yeah, they can put my
And to
father's
be
name.
cool, some become Schwarzenegger, others become John Rambo, and I become Ntakky.
Ntakky.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you are Master Ntakky.
Yeah. Now I am Master Ntakky.
Well, before you can now tell us why you are choosing to be Master Ntakky. Then we can go back to the chronology of your story.
Okay. So Master Ntakky is a rebrand from the older self. The older self was an illustrator. The older self was a poet. The older self was a writer who won awards by the way in writing.
All these things.
Won awards in poetry, won awards here and there. But then I get to 40. I'm turning 40 this August.
Wow.
So there's something called like midlife crisis. Usually us creatives, we don't get it. But then it also comes to us, especially if you've been running around, jack of all trades. I felt I needed to be a master at something.
Of something,
Yeah.
yes.
I've done art all my life. I'm known for an artist. But then I'm not known in the art world. And it's important that you're known in the art world, or in the poetry space, or in the writer's space. So I said, no, I want to be remembered as an artist. And I had to do a rebrand to Master Ntakky. But to be a master of art, you have to prove yourself. How do you prove yourself? You have to have mentored, you have to have exhibited, you have to have... There has to be a track record of you calling yourself a master.
Wow.
But then I'd done exhibitions that were not necessarily exhibitions. Because in my exhibitions, I did a full house exhibition at National Theatre, but I was doing poetry, writing. It was
So you're just scattered
a
all over the
cocktail.
place, yes.
Yeah, but now I needed to be a solo artist in expression. So I'm doing my first show this August as a master. And you have to have found a signature as an artist. So I found my signature. It's been a long life pursuit.
Wow.
I found it. Now I'm confident to get to the world as a master of art. So I am Master Ntakky.
Master Ntakky from now on is what I will call you
Yeah,
for purposes
thank
of
you.
our conversations. Now, as you start your illustration,
Yes.
you will have to take us back to that evening when you show up at the Kampala bus park. No money to your name,
Yes.
no home you're going to. But tell us, what was the motivation of getting you out of what was otherwise known to you as home, which was Kabale?
Yeah, from Kabale, A6 back, we had no means. Our father being polygamous, having sold everything and brought all the children to one small plot.
And then the family disintegrating the way you explained to us earlier.
So I felt like I needed to seek greener pastures. And I got on the bus.
Just like that?
Just like that. I said, now.
Had you ever heard of Kampala?
Yeah. So my friends back in school who spoke Luganda were liked more by the girls.
They were a band, they had an extra language. And so for you it was Yoruchiga and a bit of broken English.
And you know, it wasn't cool at all. So I said I go to Kampala.
And be like this guy.
Yeah. And I got on the bus. I knew that God would pay for me.
So when you arrive in Kampala, which is about 7 p.m., of course you're going through more lights than you had ever seen in Kampala town and all that. Where did you imagine you were going to start from? On the street?
Yeah, so no, one of my friends I met in Form 1 was from Kampala. And he had told me they stayed in Chifumbira, which was a place where all people from Kisoro stayed. Yeah. So I knew if I go to Kampala, I would look for him. I thought it was like, why I go to Chichijime?
And say, I know so and so, and they somehow can trace it.
Yeah. So for me, that was the thing. But when I reached, I told these people, the policeman that actually my home is in Chifumbira, told me, okay, you go asking. So I went asking until I got Chifumbira.
On foot, Master?
On foot.
From
town, yeah. I reached like, I think like 3 a.m. But you know, luckily, I got to the place. Because when I reached, I asked for him, they didn't know him. Then I asked for the mother. The mother was like a leader in Chifumbira. So they led me to the home, they opened for me.
The guy was pleasantly surprised.
They were happy to see me. Yeah, I'd been a leader at school, a great leader. So I was like a village celebrity.
So the boy had told his parents about you?
No, they would come to Kabale. But you know, in S1 I still had my mother. And my mother was very hospitable. So she would host all the kids at home.
Oh, yes.
So
and
their parents
sometimes
loved me. And she was a midwife in Kabale, so she was famous. Yeah. Now, when that happens, they are happy they receive me, but then they were also surviving.
Of course, it's Chifumbira, it was not Kololo, it's not Bugolobi.
Yeah, she was keeping like 10 people in 2 rooms. The girls would sleep first. It was weird. We would stay in the sitting room, would eat 1 meal a day. Like at 3 p.m., posho only and beans. I said, you know what, show me to the nearest church. So I went to All Saints Nakasero. I found the Fellowship of Vakists. I joined it. I was so vibrant. I prayed. So one guy liked me.
In that instance?
In that one moment, he liked me. He was called Gonahasa. And they were from a rich family.
Well, if he's the Gonahasa, there's a bishop somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
There was the elect politician. And
so they were, you know, Naomi Watiti. Big names. He took me. He was driving in back. So
he must be the guy, you know. If I'll share him a clip of this.
So he takes me to his home, introduces me to the parents. Now we have a meal at the dining table. It had never happened in my life.
God gracious.
A meal at the dining table. Meat what? Then luckily, the mom wants to start a school. So she asks me, what can you do? Can you help me? I tell her. So I helped her start a school from scratch. I would go get metal, do the interior, exterior. We set up a school. It was like a daycare, primary sorts. We set it up for 6 months. And after 6 months, she gave me 600K. And she bid me farewell.
But you lived there?
Yeah, happy. They were the best thing that happened to me in that period. So I went back to Chifumbira.
With 600K.
But man, I was rich.
I can imagine.
So when I went back, now, remember this is vac, right? So in this vacation, others go to school. Yeah. So others go to school. For me, I can't go to school. So I started selling things on the street.
The results, had they come out?
The results had come out.
Had you passed?
I'd not performed very well. I'd not performed very well because I fell sick in the papers. Back in school,
Wow.
So I didn't do some papers. I knew it was.
It was
yeah, but yeah.
Maybe what we do now, let's just take a little break on the program. And when we return, we now look at how you pick your pieces from there. You return to the cradle of Chifumbira. You're rich, yes, but you don't have grades enough to take you to the next level of education. It's Incredible Life Stories with Simon Kasyate. Let's be back after this short break.
Everyone has a life story to tell, but an incredible life story is shared and told differently.
Incredible Life Stories with Simon Kasyate. On the program, Master Ntakky, a rebrand of a man that has seen adversity in its rawest form, has seen loss at very deep and personal levels, but is also on a steady trajectory to gaining his mojo and going beyond what he previously dreamt about. Master Ntakky, I can see you're still busy, trying to do the sketches and drawing lines. This seems to be very simple from where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
But I think by the time you're done, I will clearly know that I am not talented enough to do even half what you
so usually you have to start by creating a frame. A composition, you balance the composition by using lines.
Wow.
And then eventually you put in the details.
Now that sounds like Spanish. I also this is how we do when you're starting the program as well. We also have to now do white balance, set out the sound checks, do the light testing and the like. So you are at this point where you are surviving. You've returned Chifumbira, everyone has gone back to school, but you have some money on you. How did you think of what next to do, which was selling things on the street?
Yeah, so I get that money. My brother was then in Kansanga. I was also trying to...
Now you had begun to reconnect with your siblings.
Yeah, I have one brother from my mother and father. So for him, we have been together all along. But he had come to study in Kampala.
Earlier than when you came?
Earlier, yeah. He was 4 years ahead of me. So for me, I stayed in Chigeze school, and he came to Kampala. When I came, I had to look for him, so I found him. That time we didn't have phones and all.
So how were you looking for him? Manually, how?
Yeah, there's a family that knew both of us. I found them, and then they led me to him.
All this is purely, I think, by God's grace.
By God's grace, yeah. So I find my brother, I start staying with him. He's also struggling.
Where are you staying?
Kansanga, in one room. Now, I would leave, so I used that money to buy trousers and what to vend on the street. But then I found another company that was doing the same, called Super Sales in old Kampala. Now I would go get stock and then move. I would move to Entebbe on foot. I would go as far as I don't know, far the lakeside. So I worked until the following year. I had made about 1.2. Because they would steal the stock, then I restock like that.
And how about the money? How were you able to keep it safe?
Yeah, my brother now. Yeah. Now, by the end of...
Would you be following flea markets, like how we have a Friday market in Cambodia?
No, I would just go to offices. Hi, how are you? My name is Master Ntakky. I sell trousers. This is the last stock. If you don't get it, you won't get it again. And I would make off like 2,000 on each. It was difficult, but I made 1.2. Now, I bought more stock. When I bought more stock, that day I bought it, I had a very big bag, and I reached some office. I remember somewhere on Entebbe Road. And the guy told me, bring to the office. So he told me, stay at the reception while we go and select. He showed me in the office. So I waited for the selection, like after 2 hours, no one had shown up. Checking, they had exited through the other side and taken all my things. So I went back to zero. Now, this is the end of the following year.
You've lost a year.
2006 now. So I go to All Saints, desperate and destitute. I go for the youth camp of All Saints. Now this is a story I don't usually tell. I somehow skip it. So I go for that youth camp. I didn't have money to pay. For the youth camp, you pay 30,000. Yeah, you pay 30,000. But I didn't have it to go for camp. Now me, I decided to go on the advanced team. The advanced team is people who go to pray for the camp before it starts. So I got there, and yeah, they are mean. But then I don't have a meal card. So for 3 days, I did not eat.
And
I would
nobody
go,
noticed?
No, I would go and they deny me food because I didn't have a meal card. Yeah, and no one cared. So I would go back to their prayer room, I sleep, I pray, but I lost energy by the 3rd day. I decided to walk from Mukono until I don't know if I died from where. But a voice, again now God, a voice told me go and attend, the Archbishop was coming to preach. So the voice told me go and attend the session, then you continue. So I reached in the session, the Archbishop was preaching, and then the same voice told me, why don't you ask him which is the right baptism? Is it sprinkling or immersion? I asked the question and he was like, hey, you're a bold chap. Let's talk after this. So he got me an appointment. But it was now dark, it was like 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm. You haven't eaten?
Yeah, I hadn't eaten. Now, when we were moving out, he was going to sleep in the girls' wing. Somewhere I was planning to go back to the prayer room, then I go early in the morning. When we were going out, some light that was coming from the girls' wing hit me. And then he saw me. He said, hey, we were like 1,000 kids. And you know, we were rushing to go there.
And all that.
He said, no, young man, come here. You're the one who asked me the question. I said, Secretary, you make sure tomorrow at 11, at break time, I see him. So the following day at break time, I went. Weak. He looked at me. Whatever I wanted to tell me, he didn't tell me. He said, you know, young man, I feel the Lord is telling me to bless you. He said, let's first eat. So they brought tea
of course, the
with honey.
bishop's
I've
meal.
never taken honey in tea. He said, do you like that? Have you ever taken it? I said,
For you,
no.
anything goes.
Yeah, I said no. He was like, what? Okay. Kali, have a blast. So he just watched me finish the whole flask. And
We're talking about which Archbishop?
Henry Lukorombi.
Wow.
I blessed him. Then he said, you know what? I want to bless you. He asked me, are you in school? I told him no. He said, I want to take you back to school. So he gave me a letter. He said, go to Seroma. Remember, I'd finished C6, I'd got 9 points. I'd been actually given a course at Michelangelo for art. But I felt I wanted to do a degree. So I told him I want to go back. He said, okay, get this letter. He gave me a letter. I took it to Seroma. There was a teacher called Dan Magumba with whom they used to pray. They were friends. So he said, you know, go there. He gave me the letter. So I went there. When I reached, they told me the school fees. I went back to him. He made me sit with him in his palace. He has a very long dining table of like 30 people. He sat on the other end and told me to sit on the other end. And he told me, you belong at the high table of life.
Wow.
That's what he told me. And he gave me 900K. He said, go and pay school fees. I'd never held 900,000, never in my life. I put it in the socks wherever I could hide it. I went to Mukono, I paid it. I paid 450 for one term, and then I used the rest to prepare myself. By the time the term was done, I was on bursary. I got 21 points. The second person had 15.
Wow.
I was, so I got on bursary. I started singing at the head teacher's place. I became prefect without
election.
Yeah, because I was, I think, the oldest in class. Great story. So Seroma, I perform very well. I get 23 points. The Archbishop gets me a scholarship at Honors College to do law in Mukono. But now I have government for art, so I am lost for choice.
Wow.
Yeah, I go on the prayer mountain. I pray to God. I ask him now, God, guide me to the next level. And he guides me to do art.
So you go to Makerere University?
So I go to Chambogo University.
Chambogo, okay.
And that's where I do art. And so I graduated as an artist. And since then I've not worked. I've been
you've only done art.
Yeah.
There's a part of your life that is a bridge to the transformation of what you are.
Yes.
Long story short, Kampala was the dream place for you to make a living. But along the way, you started getting ideas, maybe because of exposure and other things.
Yeah.
You dreamt of Canada, you dreamt of the United States of America. And for both countries, you sunk in a fortune and lost everything to get there.
Yes.
Take us to that story.
Yeah, so I start out as an artist. Now the journey of an artist is incredible. It is interesting. You earn, you survive, you're fulfilled, you're okay. But then, as responsibilities get bigger, I married.
Oh,
Yeah,
you fall in love, married.
fall in love, married. I got children. It was difficult. I lost the relationship.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so 2018, 2019, the lockdown sets in. 2020. Now, when the lockdown sets in, I have like 2,000 shillings left on me. So I go to a money lender again. I get like 200K. I buy beans. I buy charcoal, a sack of charcoal, 10 kilograms of beans and posho and peanuts and rice and sugar. 200,000.
On your own or together with your family?
I'm still on my own. So I call my people. I tell them, please come. It's going to be a difficult time. We all were scared. You know, the world was on a lockdown. So I asked them to come, and they were not able to come. Let me not say they refused, but they were not able to come. So I stay on my own. Now I couldn't cook. There were dry beans, light charcoal, so I would eat chapatis and now this.
You can't cook because you don't know how to cook, or you are just lazy to cook?
Yeah, artist.
No time.
Beans. I was a bit lazy to cook, but then I gave the things away. I found the people who needed them more. Yeah, so I gave them away. Now, this is the first lockdown. Remember. Now, in that first lockdown, I get a call. I get a call from USAID that they need an artist.
USAID?
Yeah, USAID. They need an artist to go and do some of their work. I went and did the work in the institution. In the institution.
You were barely surviving.
Yeah, and they loved the work so much that they were willing to give me all the money I wanted.
Wow.
But I had quoted before because I was desperate. I wanted to chase them. Also, I quoted a lot of money. Now, when I went and did the work, and they liked it, they gave me all the money. I remember they gave me 80 million cash.
What?
I had a RAV4, that RAV4. I'll tell you, I got that RAV4 with 1 million shillings. When my person kept complaining, which was a good complaint, that for us, we would go for fellowship in the rain, then they would go to school in the rain.
The children.
Yeah, with the children, so I felt her pain. Now, I had 1 million on me. I went to a bond, and I told them I needed their car. But now, because back in time, when my mother had died and I didn't have school fees, a lady, Lydia to their homura, yes, came and paid my school fees and gave me a ride, my first ride in a car, in a RAV4. I told myself my first car would be a RAV4. So I went to the bond telling them I want a RAV4. 1 million. They asked me, where is the money? I told them, you know, Kampala, I can't come with money. So I have come with only 1 million. They said, okay, this is a RAV4, it's 8 million. You go and get the balance. So I went to a money lender and I told him I have a car. Give me money, I go and bring the car. He knew me, he was a friend. So he gave me 5 million. I gave them 6 million. I told them I'll pay you balance in 2 months. Give me a copy of the logbook, stamp it. Then I took the car and the logbook to the other guy. He caveated it. Yeah, so I think he didn't even caveat it because it wasn't in my names. But he kept the promise. Now I brought the car to save my relationship. So I had a RAV4. Now when these guys call me, it is the RAV4 that I used to go to the field. So with it, I took a photo, 80 million, with the RAV4 in front of the bank. And I wrote on Facebook, forward ever, backward never.
Like any other young man.
Yeah. And
excitement.
Yes, excited. And immediately I got a call from like 10 people, anonymous, saying, where are you? We are going to kill you. They were, lockdown. People are struggling for you. You're posting money. I had to hide for like 2 weeks. Then went to the field. I enjoyed the field. I finished the first phase. They gave me another one. I finished. They gave me another one, 200 million. They gave me money.
All this in lockdown?
Yeah. But,
you are earning.
But now, because I didn't have an account, the bank, a friend of mine who was a bank manager, had opened for me an account that would be activated after the lockdown. So he said, money can go there, but you can't get it. So now instead of putting money there, yeah, on the company account, I would get it and send it to my friends to invest it for me. So that is how I lost it. So I gave my friends here, there, Bitcoin, I put it in Bitcoin, I put it in tomatoes, I put it in movie production, I put it in so many things, and I lost it.
You had to, I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes it's important for some of you, you should not be given money without some financial literacy.
Literacy, yeah. So when I lost that money, yeah, I went, a friend of mine had a house in Sonde. So he said, you can go and stay there. So that's why I stayed now for the second lockdown. Now, while there alone in that second lockdown, I fell sick of COVID. God. When I fell sick of COVID, alone in Sonde on the hill, I would crawl out of the bed, go to look for water, in pain. I told God that if you heal me, I will. Now, that time, I'd lost everything, but I'd bought land. I was starting to build, and then I had a Kruger Black Sport, which was parked in the compound. I had 2 motorbikes, so I was kawa, but without money now. Now, I'm there in the lockdown, away from my family. Now it's far, I can't, but because they would allow motorbikes, so I would go and see them on a motorbike. But when I felt sick, there was no one to take care of me. I told God, when you heal me, I will go and look out for someone who needs someone, and probably they don't have them. That time I did work, I got my work, I put it, you know, because people were constructing, they were allowing pickups, you remember, to ferry construction materials. So I got a pickup and put my work, then I followed it with a motorbike.
Work meaning your artwork? My
artworks. I wanted to sell them and help people who were going through the lockdown. When I reached Karibu restaurant, where it's in town, and it's owned by Sarah Chiwanuka, the wife of the Attorney General. She loved my work, so she bought a piece at 600. I went, I bought food. I bought things worth like 480. Then I went on the village.
In Sonde?
Yeah, in Sonde, helping people on the village. And it's a good story. I helped people, then I posted the story on Facebook. People sent me money, organizations sent me money. I became the Black Robin Hood. So that's why I have the feather. So we would ride on the motorbikes. People started coming to help. We helped entire villages.
Where were you when I needed you the most? I mean,
you know, eh? Yeah, so we would help people who had who needed their ARVs. So we tried. And now the lockdown got done. And that's when I had lost all the money. I was left with 3 million. I started the art space. And then from the art space, I got the desire to go to Canada. And then from that, I sold now the land where I was building. I sold my Kruger. I sold the motorbike. I tried to go to Canada, Canada Jam.
So when you sell all these things to get the money out, how was the Canada dream eating that money? You were giving it to people to help you process?
Yeah. To help me process. Everyone knows that it's tight. It's tight. People try to help.
Maybe they don't try. People are robbing you. Maybe.
Yeah, people rob. Others are maybe genuine, but the system is what it is. It is also.
So you lose that. You don't go to Canada.
The system is also set to maybe milk Africans. I don't know what it is, but then I wanted to seek greener pastures. So I failed. The money went. I came back to zero, and then that's when, on the third on the second rejection, which is the piece that is right there behind.
There's a piece on the back which is him and children,
The children,
that
yeah.
depicts USA and Uganda in way of a flag
Yeah.
and the dollar sign and the shilling sign.
Yeah, so that second rejection, I went and took a photo with my kids because that's the only therapy I could get at the moment. And then I came and started painting it. I painted it for a while. I painted, and then as I was healing, that same afternoon I was led to a fellowship where a gentleman called Pastor Makaramira prayed for me and told me I needed to get to a space called BNI, which is Business Network International. I get there on that Friday, long story. I join, it was hard to join, needed money. I go to a money lender again. I get 8 million. I come, I pay for this space where we are right now, 4 million. I go pay for membership, 4 million, and I become a member. And 3 years down the road, because I think it was 2022.
Yes.
Now it's 2025. I've reestablished myself. I drive again. I bought land. I am back on my feet. I'm good. I'm cool as cool. I'm doing my very big show. So the thing I wanted to tell you is I landed on a statement back in time that you must be strong at 20, healthy at 30, and wealthy at 40. Here I was, having lost everything at 38, 37.
You are not strong.
I wasn't
not
strong.
wealthy.
I wasn't healthy because I was eating chapatis all the time, and I was 107 kilograms. And then I wasn't wealthy. So I told myself by 40, I'll be healthy, I'll be strong, and I'll be wealthy. So it's been a pursuit, and it's going to be a pursuit for a long while. BNI helped me reshape, helped me refocus, helped me big time.
And also learn to manage money when you get it.
So
learn to manage fame.
Learn to manage money. So it's been a good ride. Now I'm reestablished. I'm having my biggest show of the year. I have hosted the greatest of people in this space, people from BNI. I've met great people. So it's an amazing journey. And after the exhibition, I hope to make $100,000, which is maybe about 370 million on my account by the close of this year. That is enough. For others, it may be little, but for me, that will be enough.
And then
next year,
what
will be another.
Because you are not a stranger to big sums of money.
Yeah.
And you normally get them and lose them.
Yeah. So when I get that money, I want to start an art school, an art mentorship space, which is what this show is about. So by this time next year, we'll be having a very big, beautiful art space for both mentorship and therapy post-COVID. Yeah, it is going to grow into a massive institute of art. Then I'll be traveling for exhibition. From this exhibition, I'm going to Rwanda. From Rwanda, going to Nairobi. From Nairobi, I hope to go to America.
One day.
Sooner than later.
Tell me something, Ntakky.
Yeah.
Do you realize that what you're dreaming is big and it's within your right to dream big? But there are certain personal and professional governance structures that you may require in your space to facilitate you to attain these dreams. Are you putting these in place, or you're still relying on my friend here, will send you money here, my other colleague, the other money lender? Yeah, so
I've been making money through BNI. Just the other day, I sent an art piece of $1,000 to Nairobi. Yeah, so I'm making some money.
So you have a governance structure around you. Do you have a company? Do you have employees? Do you have a manager? Is there someone managing you beyond you, your prayers, your downfalls, and your wishes?
Okay, so I have a company. It has a manager who is right about here. It does interior design. And then me as an artist, I have I have 2 agencies that manage me: Seamless Uganda and Fit Insights.
Wow.
Yeah, they manage. I have accounts where the money goes. Even for this show, I don't touch it. So I have systems now that are governing the whole process. And this you learn through
the hard way, as you did.
Yeah, you learn through BNI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to build systems that work. that work. Yeah, so that's basically been it.
Let's take another short break. When we return on the program, we wrap it up by finding out about him as a person. Who is Ntakky? What does he love to do? What keeps him on top of his game? But also, most importantly, where does he see himself in the short, medium, and long term? At least he's promised us that by the end of this year, he will have no less than $100,000 on his account. And I believe in his spirit of generosity and the kind of person that you are, we on Incredible Life Stories will see a bit of that money.
Sure.
Everyone has a life story to tell, but an incredible life story is shared and told differently.
Welcome back. It's Incredible Life Stories with Simon Kasyate, a young man here who has shared his incredible life story in his young frame of 40 years, just as an exemplifier of what a typical Ugandan young person raised from very humble beginnings hustles through, sometimes hits the ceiling of greatness, and then of course the vagaries of being young and misguided and excited set in, and you lose everything, including family, including wealth. And what you don't lose is hope, talent, and that's perhaps the little thing that you latch on to spring yourself further. That's the story of Master Ntakky, as he prefers to call himself nowadays. What you see him doing now on the illustrative canvas, he's drawing the set of where we are. I do not know yet because I haven't looked there, but he told me he's going to illustrate something that he's seeing. I don't know whether it's me and my cameraman Josh and everything around us. We'll wait and be the judge of it. Now, Ntakky.
Yes, sir.
When you wake up in the morning as an artist, tell me, just take me through your day. What's your day like?
Yeah, so my day is interesting. I wake up every day at 3 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when I wake up. I sleep every day by 9. I'm in bed.
You
I
don't
sleep for 6
participate in
hours.
certain habits that keep you longer?
Yeah,
You
I don't go
drink?
out in the night. I fear the night because of my past. So I am in bed by 9. I sleep for 6 hours. I wake up at 3. I kneel by my bed. I meditate and pray. I work out from 4 to 5. I have a small gym in here. I work out from 4 to 5, and then I prepare myself for the day and I start. So by 9 I'm done usually with my day, and then I start the painting, or I go to the field and meet clients. And so that's how my day is. In the evening, I either go for fellowship or I come and chill. On the weekends I go and see the children. I play football, and that's pretty it.
But then what is that one thing that really brings you calm and tranquility, other than your work, which is painting, that I'm sure you do and love? But what is that one thing? Is it listening to music, watching movies, going out, seeing places, preaching? Share with us.
Yeah, so I watch movies, animations especially.
Oh, you prefer anime, not real things?
Anime, yeah, and I play football on Saturdays. So that's how I be. Then I meet people. Every Friday. I do either a date or a meetup with a friend. So every Friday, I meet someone.
You're structured like
Yeah,
that.
like that.
Wow, incredible. And now let's say you are this meetup or date. What makes it to your list of favorite dish? What's your favorite dish? Let's not forget that you were eating terribly before, eating nothing but carbohydrates, massing up almost 107 kilograms, and now you don't look an inch
now I'm
over
actually
60.
less than 100.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
less.
less than 100. So my favorite dish is rice and peas. Yeah, but I now want to move away from rice because of the
I was going to say you're not
Yeah.
helping yourself in terms of carbs intake.
Yeah, so I do sweet potatoes.
You're Michigan, so
Yeah,
that comes naturally.
I love sweet potatoes and peas. Very amazing.
And how do you love to wash them down since you don't take any alcohol? What's your favorite soft drink?
Yeah, so I have. Hey, Kevo. Sorry.
It's okay.
Serve these guys for them.
Typical of artists, they say any mistake to an artist is an art or a design. So as part of the program, he's just forgotten that he's live on a recording. So he's now ordered for a round of drinks for all of us. Unfortunately, it can't get down to you, the viewers. So we'll just continue with it.
Yeah.
So now that's, you wanted to illustrate what your favorite drink is.
Yeah, tea, spiced tea.
Wow.
Yeah, bananas, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Interesting. If you were to go back to rewind the clock of time,
Yes.
what, if at all,
Yeah.
is a part of your life that you may change or enhance for you to feel like you are now better and more fulfilled?
Yeah, if I were to go back to 20, I would do either or. Yeah, because now art is still a journey, and I feel it's going to be a beautiful journey. But then back then, I would do a main course. I would do a main course, and then if I have a talent of art, I would nurture it on the side as like a curriculum. So I would have done law. I would have gone and done the law. Yeah. If I were to go back, speaking sincerely, I would have studied the law and nurture the art along the way, or be a lawyer who is an artist. Then I would be addressed more differently. That is one. Number two, I would try as much as possible, both as a guardian or as a child, to discover my passion as early as possible. And if I did, I would pursue it wholeheartedly. Because I did so many things along the way and I lost a lot of time. We will lose time. Time does not wait. Yeah, so I would encourage anyone to try and find their purpose in life and focus on it earlier. Yeah.
Ntakky, we're now looking at future projections.
Yes.
You've already given us a bit of an insight how you want to be a master in the stuff that you do.
Yes.
Become wealthy in the stuff that you do. But maybe we should bring it on. Do you want to, since you lost your first marriage because of irreconcilable differences, needing to reconcile them, find love again, start afresh, or you're also afraid of getting many more children that your father did that
I'm now a bit, once bitten, twice shy. I have 2 little children, so I'm not in haste to find love again. Love will find me. But now I'm focused on building purpose. And the purpose is that art space. The purpose is to create meaning, to exhibit internationally, and to find collectors, and to make, in the next 5 years, I want to have $1 million in my account. Wow. Yeah. And I have a set goal, broken goal period in which I want to achieve that. Next year, I want to do a certain idea. Then the following year, another idea. The 4th year, another idea. And the 5th year, the ideas that will lead me to that place. So I've written them down. We will keep sharing them as they come. So for this year, it's a solo exhibition from which I hope to make 100,000. And this will culminate in bigger.
Artists are normally eccentric people. I mean, look at you. You are wearing a jacket that has one short sleeve and long sleeve. You are showing up with a feather on your head. Many times in your interaction with people, do you sometimes get misunderstood? Do you sometimes feel you lose opportunity because folks don't understand what an artist should look like?
Yeah. So this black is the feather and all is significant. Black Robin Hood. And when I was a child, I watched the cartoon Robin Hood.
Well, the story is you rob from the poor.
The rich and give
from
to
the
poor.
exactly, rob from the rich, give to the poor.
Yeah. So being a bridge to help get something from the rich and give to those who had and give to those who did not have. I felt that this would be my mission, so I branded myself as a Black Robin Hood. So I put on black all the way. Sometimes people need an explanation, I give it to them. When they don't need it, I don't give it to them.
And then, of course, human nature is quite difficult. Some folks may abuse your generosity and use you for their own pecuniary gain.
Yes, sir.
How have you prepared your mental appreciation of the fact that humanity is not as kind as you, as Master Ntakky, could be?
Yeah, along the way I've met people. I've met people who are not as kind. I've met people who are manipulative, but I've also met good people. And in my work, I paint with black and white.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're either black or white. But then, in between, I put gold undertones. And gold undertones for me is significant of the gold in each one of us,
Wow.
which lies mainly below the surface. And when I go out to meet people, I look out for the gold. The mud will be on the surface, but I dig for the gold. I will be hit by the mud, I'll be disappointed. But eventually, when you stick with the gold mentality, you will eventually find gold. In everyone, the thief has friends and family.
Wow.
Yeah,
The
even the murderer has places where he is golden. So I look for the gold in everyone. And for me, that has been my mantra. It has been a good thing to live by, looking out for the best in people.
You're an eternal optimist, as one would say.
Yeah.
And so as we close the chapter of your life as it is now, because here is not where when the program is not where your story ends. If anything, it's where the story gets a spring into the next.
Yes.
We're looking at you. You've really given us a bit of a sneak peek into what you will look like in the short, medium, and long run. Let us now focus at you. When you have reached that point where it's clear you have hit your life's aspiration, what will it look like? What does the picture of success to you look like?
Man, that's beautiful. Now, we have painted a 3D of the art space that we're going to auction for at my show, my upcoming show. So I have a show on the 1st of August at the Normal Gallery. It's going to be an art expression. I've done works. People are coming. I'm inviting Ugandans to come and view my work in a beautiful space of pure inspiration. But I've also asked them to come with their children so I can invite for them artists to inspire them.
Wow.
So I invite Ugandans to come and be part of the show on 1st of August. But then I have a 3D impression of the art space that we're going to auction for. So it is a smaller space. Now, in the grand scheme of things, when the dreams have come alive, it is going to be an entire village spanning acres of land. There's going to be tree houses. There's going to be caves. There's going to be fruit trees. There's going to be art. Yeah, and it's going to be a village of art. You enter a big gate and you come out healed, come out inspired. We're going to have a mentorship school there. We're going to have a therapy space.
Performing arts space.
Performing arts. It's going to be a village of art. People are going to enter into that village and come out fulfilled.
That requires a level of financial discipline.
Yes.
That I am still not comfortable. You have. Are you working on that part?
So I have a financial advisor, a financial advisor who owns a microfinance, Dr. Deborah Atwine.
Wow.
Yeah, so every money I get, she created an account, I take it through, and then she advises me.
You go through the project development phase, curate it, and make sure it does well.
I have a company account. When money from the company comes, it goes through there. I have advisors. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now as an artist, when you have a manager, peace out.
Wow.
So I have a manager. He's right now out there. One is in South Africa. Another one is, like I told you, went to Glasgow, went to Chicago looking for opportunities for me. But then ultimately, I want to get to art collectors, and then the rest, as they say,
will be history.
Will be history.
Master Ntakky, it's been a pleasure having you on the program. Listening to your dreams, the Kabali kid, as one deceased member of my profession used to say, Kabali kid, but growing with hope and optimism and hoping to make it past their limit, past the strength and breadth of their wildest dreams.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For you who's listening and watching this program from wherever it is that you catch us, whether it's on YouTube or UBCU or on the podcast space that is your favorite, the story of Master Ntakky is a story that exemplifies the typical struggles of a young man with all that comes with it, from, family tragedies of losing parents early, going through the vagaries of surviving on the bare minimum or even on life's threads, losing what you held dear to you, but most importantly, latching on that no one can take away from you, which is your talent, your hopes, your aspirations, and then of course taking charge of your own life and saying, I will not allow to lose my body from the vagaries of substance abuse and all the other things that seem to give us the shortest form of euphoria and the good feeling, dopamine as they call it, for the grand scheme of things of where you want to go. We're looking out for you. We can't wait to see the next chapter of your life.
Awesome.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Simon, for having me. You're an amazing host.
Wow, that now will take me for the next 200 episodes.
Proudly associated.
Just coming from you.
Yes, sir.
And now this time in that you stop the artwork. So we'll keep the cameras rolling. We need to show what they call it, a time lapse, of how this ends.
Turned out. Yeah.
Tremendous.
Thank you, Papa.
Awesome.
Respect.
Bye.
Everyone has a life story to tell, but an incredible life story is shared and told differently.